From WRAL News and the Capital Broadcasting Podcast Network, this is your Coronavirus, North Carolina News Brief for Monday, May 11th, 2020. I'm Cliff Baumgardner. Here's the latest from WRAL.com. North Carolina officials have started to provide weekly estimates on the number of people who have recovered from coronavirus infections, with Dr. Mandy Cohen, Secretary of the State Department of Health and Human Services, putting that initial figure today at 9,115. Previously, some counties had reported recovery figures, with the latest estimate much lower at 2,849. DHHS estimates a median time to recovery of 14 days from the date of testing for non-fatal COVID-19 cases who weren't hospitalized. The estimated median recovery time is 28 days from the date of testing for hospitalized non-fatal COVID-19 cases. Estimates are used since patient-specific data on the actual time for all symptoms to resolve aren't available for all cases statewide. At a press conference today, Dr. Cohen encouraged North Carolinians to continue wearing masks and practicing social distancing, despite the relaxing of statewide stay-at-home orders, saying we must remain vigilant against the virus. This morning, the rolling 7-day average of new coronavirus infections statewide hit a new high of 443 per day. Overall, more than 15,000 people are infected in North Carolina, and at least 567 have died as of the time of this recording. From WRAL TechWire, a new study says the Durham-Chapel Hill area will make one of the most dynamic recoveries in the country from the economic devastation created by the COVID-19 pandemic. Moody's Analytics, which is part of financial data research and analysis giant Moody's Corporation, says the Durham area will join other cities such as Austin, Texas, Provo, Utah, Hartford, Connecticut, Albany, New York, and San Jose, California as leaders in a rebirth of business. The report cites low population density and high education levels of the communities as key reasons for the positive reviews. Provo topped the list, with Durham-Chapel Hill in second place. Raleigh is in the middle of the pack. Adam Kamens, senior regional economist at Moody's Analytics, wrote that, quote, the most dynamic recoveries may well bypass traditional powerhouses and take place instead in areas that weren't poised to lead the way in 2020 before everything changed. The Bandit Flight Team, a North Carolina-based group of formation pilots, will perform a flyover of multiple towns in Moore, Richmond, Hoke and Lee counties on Saturday to honor area healthcare and emergency service workers. The flyover will start at Central Carolina Hospital in Sanford at about 11:45 a.m. It'll continue over regional hospitals before finishing above First Health Moore Regional Hospital Hoke in Rayford at about 12:30 p.m. The tribute flight was organized by the Pinehurst, Southern Pines, and Aberdeen Area Convention and Visitors Bureau and the organizers of the annual Festival d'Avion. The Cumberland County Public Library is encouraging patrons to return overdue library materials to area book drops at their convenience. The library reports up to 50,000 materials are currently checked out. Staff will follow guidelines to quarantine returned books for 72 hours to disinfect them. During the continued closure, the library is offering temporary e-cards to Cumberland County residents without library cards. The cards will provide access to e-books, e-audiobooks, digital magazines, online databases, continuing education courses, music, and more. And finally, a heads up for those still waiting for their coronavirus stimulus checks. According to the IRS, this Wednesday, May 13th, is the last day people will be able to enter their bank information to have stimulus checks deposited directly into their accounts. After Wednesday, the IRS will begin preparing millions of files for paper checks that will begin arriving through late May and into June. This has been your Coronavirus North Carolina News Brief for Monday, May 11th, 2020. As always, if you like the information and news you get from this show, let us know. Give us a rating and review wherever it is you listen. And while you're there, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss our new episodes. Thanks for listening.